Eliminating sexual shame is an inside job. You have to recognize the perceptions you've internalized, the beliefs you've internalized. The way society is, it views women as objects. It doesn't really hate you, still glorifies you because that's nature. You can't go against nature, but it will teach you how to hate yourself. It will teach you how to see yourself. It will teach you who you are. So you're not allowed to know who you are on your own. That's why in a previous video I said we are seen as these dolls that are given birth to. They are boxed and they will be unboxed when they are married. Here in between, no one cares how life is happening to you because they don't see you as humans. That is the society we live in. It's ugly like that. However, that is not the world you should live in. You can create your own world where you make your own rules. You go against the rules that you found. If they say you're an object, you say, no, I'm not an object. But it will require a strong mindset. You do not fight the system from outside. You fight the system from the inside. You fight whatever you call the matrix from inside. When you grow up listening to these perceptions, as a child, you won't have the mechanisms to filter them. You will take them in. So what is happening is this. Women will be the enemy of themselves. They'll be the ones to shame themselves the most. They'll be the ones to crucify themselves the most. When you grow up and that's what you've seen and you get to internalize it, you will have the voices from outside inside. They will torture you. If you happen to be sexually expressive and you grew up knowing, oh, I shouldn't, this is not right, but your nature is a sexually expressive person, you're going to hate yourself. You will police yourself. You will shame yourself. You will guilt yourself. And you're shaming yourself so as not to do whatever your nature is calling you to. Sexual shame and guilt, you have to eliminate from the inside. You can call yourself liberated. You go out there and sleep with whoever you want to sleep with. And you may not even feel shame when doing it. But once you start listening to the voices inside, the voices you've internalized from outside, and you start shaming yourself. You might have gone out there and had fun, but when you come back to yourself, the internalized voices, they start tormenting you. They are the ones that will cause you shame. You'll start moving as such, and you'll start attracting more voices to come and shame you until you sit with yourself and ask yourself, do I go against my nature or against these internalized voices? You sit with yourself and you choose not to shame yourself. You are your biggest enemy, but you can be your biggest friend. You become your biggest enemy because that is what society teaches you, to hate who you are. Feminine energy to its core, it's chaotic and predictable. That's where we find sensuality and sexuality. Sexual energy is the sexual fire, the creative fire. It means women will be more sexual. But guess what? How does the society look like now? Inverted. Women have suppressed their sexuality and sensuality. They suppress this because when they grow up, that's what they keep listening to, and they internalize that. It's already inside. I'm not saying that women ought to be promiscuous. I'm just saying, be whoever you want. If your thing is promiscuous, be that. But you carry so many voices with you and they torment you. You complain, oh, society views us as objects. How do you view yourself? I see women shaming other women. That's how you know society has done a good job in making women police themselves and police other women, shame themselves and shame other women. That keeps them controlled and tamed and suppressed. You have to go inside and break one voice at a time. Break these voices. They came from your dad, break them. They came from your mom, break them. They came from your whoever, break them. They came from society, break them. They came from your aunt, break them. Let your voice be the voice that remains. I'm a sensual and sexual mystic. I help you bloom sensually and sexually, and that in itself is a self-love practice. Awaken the goddess. If you have read about goddesses, you will realize, they were feral. The energy is sensually and sexually feral. Ooh, They didn't come to play. They didn't have these things of sexual shame. That's why they were loved and hated because they were untamable. People like to tame others. Always remember that. When you're untamable, they can't control you and they don't like that. Become untamable. Love you.